Hello, here we are in my study. Now sometimes when I make videos, there's various things in the background. People ask about them. So what I'm going to do in this video is completely non-political. I'm just going to have a look around my study and talk through a few interesting things around. Well, I think they're interesting in any case, so you can see if you think they're interesting as well. Now behind me, obviously, you'll have seen this thing. It's the racing horse. His legs move when he goes. That was a present from some boys when I was a housemaster at the school. We've got the mosquito here, the star of lots of videos. Made that with my son. What else have we got? Let's look at the background on the bookcase here. I won't bother with books because we've got so many books. I've got a trap. This was just in the garage when we moved into this house. So got that. We've got a good puzzle here. I'm quite into puzzles. Hours of fun with that. That's quite a tricky one. Got there in the end. Some soldiers here, painted with my son, so Napoleonic. Got the French infantry here. We've got some British infantry here. We've got some Scottish ones down here. Okay, I made that my very self when I was at school, primary school. What have we got here? This is a bone, a vertebrae of, well, who knows what, but we found it on a fossil hunting thing on the Isle of Wight. Now, how about this? This is a piece of HMS Victory. Some people won't believe it, but I went when I was a kid. They must have been doing some restoration work and they were selling pieces of it. So here it is. You can buy these on eBay now and they fetch up to about £10. But that's that. What else have we got? We've got my racing cars here. I'm quite a motor racing enthusiast, so they're four of my favourite drivers: Nigel Mansell, Ayrton Senna, Lewis Hamilton and Michael Schumacher. Let's go up a shelf. Who have we got here? We've got Sherlock Holmes, quite like him. These are Dalton figures. My mum used to work for Royal Dalton. But we've got that here. Right, that is a Banksia nut. And it hangs on a tree in Australia. The grows on a tree. And the idea is it stays there for years, I think maybe decades. But then when there's a forest fire, like the ones recently, it falls to the ground, the trees are all dead, but then these open up and release the seeds, so a new generation of forest grows. Pretty clever, eh? That's a Banksia nut. Whoa! Haunted. What have we got? We've got the Huntsman Fox there. He's quite fun, isn't he? Not very PC. So this is something we bought in an antique shop a few years ago. We've got no idea what it was, but eventually we found out it's called a terret, and it goes on top of a horse's head, like in a carnival. You know, horses have all the plumes on and decorations on, something like that. That's a nice Chinese thing, present from a pupil. This is a very important one. This is a prize for winning a go-karting thing. I got it because I was the best driver and I was the fastest, and I won the races, so I got the first place trophy. Have you got that? Okay. What have we got up here? We've got my eagle in the corner. He's actually made of polystyrene, I think, but he's got real feathers on him. There's the decorations. What have we got here? This was a leaving present when I left teaching at Merchiston. That's Napier's bones. It's bits of wood that can be used as a calculator. So you can do multiplications on them and various other calculations. It's quite complicated. I won't try and show you, but it's. I think it's interesting in any case. All right, who have we got here? This is Rocky the Raccoon. Now, I'm a bit of an amateur magician, and Rocky the Raccoon was for a magic trick that I never actually managed to master, but I've got quite a few magic tricks up my sleeve. So maybe show you some of those one day. What else have we got? Okay, so this is the Gemstone. This is quite remarkable. I found this on a beach in Libster, way up north, on the way up to John O'Groats. I was throwing stones into the sea. I picked a stone up just before I threw it. I looked at the stone and it said Gem on it. Now, I don't know if you can see that. And the reason I kept it is quite interesting, because I think it quite distinctly says Gem. If it was much clearer, you'd say someone definitely wrote that on the stone. But it's just on the borderline. You can just about believe that it's just random. But the unique gemstone. Okay, who have we got here? This is William Booth, founder of the Salvation Army. I was brought up in the Salvation Army. William Booth is a very interesting chap. So there he is. Who have we got over here? That's a photograph of my grandfather and his regimental band in the Second World War. Love the original painting. Some of you might recognize the artist. This egg timer I used to use when I was teaching. With some classes, younger boys, I mean, they take forever to get started. So if I told them what to do, I'd sometimes give them 1 minute to find the page, get the jotter open and put pen to paper with it. So that was quite fun. I used to get them motivated. It'd probably be against well-being regulations or something these days. What have we got here? I made this at playgroup, preschool. Quite impressive, don't you think? It was actually an ashtray. I don't think they make ashtrays in nursery anymore. Glass tankers when I finished as a housemaster at Merchiston. Let's have a look at these. Have a look at these. Used to entertain boys with these at school. Right, let's look at this. That way, rotates nicely. If we push it this way, it says no thank you and goes the other way. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? Or alternatively, we can do this. Just give it a tap here and round it goes. So there you have it, the magic sausage, as I call it. Right, next one. Let's do one of these. Now, when I was teaching, I used to show this to boys. I used to teach like mechanics to quite a high level. And I try my very best to understand how that works, but it's just incredibly complicated. Anyway, it's fun for kids. So there you have it, some of the curiosities in my study. So thanks for watching.